Entering, cancel, pop-up waiting for your peer to resume.
Come on, set! 60 or.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step.
Pilot, 64, reach.
On 1st and 10 is counter. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rudolph under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Angelo Blackson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Here's Rudolph off play action. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. One.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Dunn gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Rudolph now to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Watson, and now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, open man, the tight end fells. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Rudolph. That's complete to his running back, Connor. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break. Watson. And an alley to run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run on first down. It's Connor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Go. 10-2, son.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 49 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. With those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Watson, off play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And the pressure gets to him again. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On fourth down, Watson. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Hayward and his Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rudolph. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
22-jet bombers, 22-jet bombers.
After the sack on first down, Rudolph under pressure again, and down he goes again. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
You can't stop me. Ready, set.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
You better be afraid of me.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Rudolph looking to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Rudolph. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rudolph going to throw again. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Boswell for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Steelers 26, Texans nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. That's caught inside the 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. They start with a give to counter. That one good for 37 yards. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Right back to Cotter here on 1st. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go. 50, plant.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Shoot.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And he's going to go down again. Whitney merciless, providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Jordan Berry now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious.
And that's caught inside the 30. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, dancing to his left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long.